What is up YouTube, my name is John and today's video is gonna be a little bit different because yes, there will be a reaction, but before that I want to talk about something very dear to me, very close to my heart, because one of the biggest fans, the man, the myth, the legend, and my friend Greg Potter has unfortunately passed away not even a month ago. And thank you to Sonny Van Cleveland who actually messaged me about this, but when I got the message, I felt that friggin' physical drop in my body, I just felt that and still can't quite believe it. There is a bigger story with me and Greg basically connecting through Spiritbox and other bands, and I will be talking about that right now, but if you want to skip just to the reaction, I won't judge you. The timestamp will be down below in the comments or right now below me. So if you feel like just going for that, then no problem, but right now I'm gonna share a little story with me and Greg, how we connected through music and how we eventually met in real life. So basically it all started with just one YouTube comment. Greg was commenting a lot on my videos. I did my Rush reaction and I believe that he found my channel through that one. And he was always very thoughtful, in his comments. He was always very, nice, positive, uplifting, inspiring, and he was just always one of the people who really, kept me going throughout the years, because he was just always a big inspiration. Because when he found me, my channel, he was actually in hospital recovering from, he had his left leg amputated because it was infected, I believe. It was a very hard time in his life at that moment for him. And when he told me that, my videos actually helped him, smile a little bit in the hospital, uplift his spirits, I was like, man, this is really something. I guess what I'm doing here is not absolutely worthless, and his comments always just also lifted my spirits as well. But yeah, so we talked a lot after that, in comments on Twitter, and we eventually, connected through a lot of other bands. He really loved Rush, he really loved Queensryche, Disturbed, and eventually we found out about Spiritbox right here. So we both loved Spiritbox, and when Greg found out that Spiritbox are gonna do an EU tour, he was like, oh man, I gotta go to Europe and, see Spiritbox live. And I had the same plan, but, he was actually living in the States, he was living in Texas, so it was quite the journey for him. Not as much for me, I still live, on the other side of the country, but, it's still nothing compared to like Texas, Prague, distance. But yeah, he actually planned a whole EU trip and he was like, oh man, we gotta meet before that. And I was a little bit wary because, I live in a small village in the middle of nowhere, basically in Czechia, surrounded by forests. And we don't trust people that easily, especially outsiders, especially people from other countries, especially people from like states and like really far away countries. But it's even worse when you do not know that person personally and you just know them through the internet. And when I told my friends and my family that, hey, I'm gonna meet this guy from the States, he's basically my father's age, and I never met him in my life, but we talked a lot on the internet. And, basically everyone at that point was like, man, do not do that. Who knows who that might be? But, I already knew Greg, we talked a lot, and he was just always very sweet, very positive, very, as I said before, have very uplifting messages, and just a beautiful human being overall. But you know how it goes on the internet, you just don't trust that easily, Sometimes things happen and you're just aware of these things and it's like, man, what if this is the case? But you know what? I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna take the chance. So he actually flew to Prague, and from Prague to a smaller city near here where he stayed at a hotel. And we met up. Basically, he just messaged me and we met up, and he brought a lot of gifts like this little keychain, Texas, and John on the other side, and this little glass shot, the Lone Star State, Texas. But also before that, he sent me a lot of crazy stuff like this Queensryche photo signed by the band, and shirts. You might have seen me wearing these, so this is the Rush shirt that Greg sent me. Here is the Queensryche shirt and a Neil Peart tribute shirt. So we were talking a lot, and he was just so freaky happy to see me, you know, and he was just, you know, a beautiful human being through and through. A fighter, because, you know, he had a prosthetic leg, he had a little bit of a trouble walking, but damn, Greg was a freaking fighter. That wasn't the only thing, you know, that he was fighting with in his life, but I'm not gonna get into any more details, just out of respect. And after that, you know, we just basically one day when Spiritbox was about to play in Prague, we just, you know, hopped on the bus, traveled to Prague, and basically before and after the show, me and Greg, we all talked to Courtney, to Mike and Bill, and it was just one of the best days in my life for sure, because it was just filled with so much good energy, basically, good vibes everywhere, and I will never forget it, you know, and Greg was so happy as well. I think that he was even crying at some points, and I don't blame him because, you know, I do not show emotion that easily, but I have mad respect for people who can show emotion just like that. And Greg was definitely one of those people, you know, what he had in his heart, he just said it and he meant it. You know, we were in a restaurant enjoying great burgers and it was just awesome. We talked about a lot of stuff about, you know, the differences between Europe and the States and the mentality here and there, and it was just a great eye-opening conversation, and I learned a lot, you know, from Greg. So when I learned the news just right now, just like not even a month ago, I was just crushed, man. Thank you to Spiritbox for giving me this opportunity, basically, because you're not only helping me and a lot of other people with your music, but through your music, I also met someone who taught me a lot about life, who made me crawl out of my little, you know, room right here, and for that I will be forever thankful. So thank you so much, Greg. Rest in peace, my friend, until we meet again. I know for a fact that he would want me and all of you to rock out to this song as hard as we can. So this is one of the few videos from Spiritbox that I still haven't seen yet. It's a one-take live performance from Courtney of Holy Roller, and we're gonna dive into this. Thank you, Greg, for everything. And if you see us and hear us right now, then let's rock out together, man. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and now. Let's get it. This song doesn't get old, man. Flawless. Like. Oh. Oh my god. This song still blows me away, but this performance blows me away twice as hard. Just a little side note, me and Greg, we were both lucky enough to witness like one of the first live performances of this song live. I said live twice, but you know, whatever. And at that point, it was still, I believe, Holy Moly. I might be wrong on that one. Correct me if I'm wrong. But after the show, I was stupid enough to ask Mike. I was like, was that a cover that you guys played, you know, like halfway through the show? And he was like, what do you mean? I was like, you know, that really heavy song. Oh yeah, that's a new song. And I was like, stupid. Anyway, let's continue. About it instead. I don't understand how Courtney's earrings are not on fire yet. Oh. Man, my neck is sweating by itself. Christ almighty. Holy fuck. Man, I mean, I've heard all of this live and it was so freaking mind-blowing. But still, just hearing Courtney do her thing live right here, it's just so freaking clean, so freaking evil girthy, and how do you do it? I was like, how do you do this kind of stuff? So I don't think there is a whole lot more to say about this song, but the performance itself, 100% absolutely freaking flawless. You know, you can just see it, like the mouth movements. They do a lot when it comes to producing this kind of sound, I believe. Like, I'm no vocal coach, I don't know jack shit about this kind of stuff, but I believe it plays a big role, you know, in the kind of sound that you get out of your everything, over your body. Wow, I really don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, thank you, Spiritbox, for existing and for being absolutely amazing, both in music and as human beings as well. Thank you, Greg, for teaching me a lot of stuff about life and music as well. You were a great friend. I will never forget you, and I hope that wherever you are right now that you're rocking out to some great music and maybe talking to Neil Peart, you know, as you always wanted to. And thank you for everything, and thank you guys for watching. If you have any memories, you know, connected with Greg, because he interacted with a lot of people on this channel as well, you know, on the live streams and in the videos as well, and even in the outside communities like Patreon, Discord, and stuff like that. Thank you for everything, and I will see you in the next video. Rest in peace, Greg. We'll see you on the other side. Cheers.